Hey y'all, I'm Michael from Recirculating Farms Coalition, and today we're going to talk a little bit about cover crops. So cover crops are plants that you use when you have gaps in your growing season. They used to help protect and enhance your growth space when you have downtime. Here at RFC, that's during the summer when things get way too hot for our plants to grow and way too hot for us to be outside for long periods of time. There are warm season and cool season cover crops, so there's bound to be something for you to use during your downtime in your zone. So, why should you use a cover crop? Well, cover crops help us make the best use of our downtime when we're having an off season or you're just not producing anything in your soil or it's bare. Cover crops help increase the biodiversity in your soil. They can increase the water availability, nutrient availability, fight pests and disease, suppress weeds, add biomass to your soil, and feed the beneficial microbes that are living in your soil. There are various forms of cover crops, and it can help you fix various issues in your grow space. Here at RFC this season, we're trying our very best to use no-till methods. No-till methods are the best thing for your soil because it barely disturbs that ecosystem that is so vital to keeping your plants healthy, strong, and delivering them the proper nutrients that they need to help fight off diseases and be very prolific. Today, we're using sorghum Sudan grass, sun hemp, and ruby buckwheat. These things all fix different issues such as fixing nitrogen, adding phosphorus, adding magnesium, adding biomass, and fighting against impaction. They also grow very thickly together, which helps us suppress weeds. Here we have sun hemp. This is bringing up nitrogen while also fighting impaction, and when we harvest it, it will add green manure or compost to our system. This is sorghum Sudan grass. It also helps fix nitrogen and fight compaction. We're also using ruby buckwheat, which is adding phosphorus to our soil and adding biodiversity and flowers, which attracts pollinators and beneficial insects. So there are four basic types of cover crops. There's legumes, grasses, cereals, and broadleaves. You should do some research to see which cover crops will work best for you and also see which cover crops work best together. Some cover crops act as companion plants, so don't miss out on maximizing the benefits. So now we're going to talk about how to choose a cover crop. I know there's a lot of different varieties out there and a lot of information and it can feel a little overwhelming, but don't let it get to you. There's lots of things that can help you navigate this situation very easily. So when you first start thinking about what cover crops to select, you should ask yourself a few questions, such as, what's my soil health like? If you're unsure what type of soil quality you have, you can get a soil test from your local agriculture extension or from a service that's offered online. After thinking about what type of soil health you have, you might need to think about how will you kill your cover crop. Is it something that you need to mow? Is it something that you need to till? Do you need a special tool? Do you need to buy this or build this tool? These are things that you really need to keep in mind. Also, how hard will it be to actually terminate it? Is it a very weedy cover crop? Is it invasive to your area? Your local agricultural extension will have this information readily available for you, so don't worry. There are also lots of resources online. If you were to buy your seeds from a cover crop website, a lot of them have seed calculator mixes which help you create companion plant mixes. Lots of cover crops act a lot better together and work better together than when they're alone. Such as we planted sorghum Sudan grass, sun hemp, and ruby buckwheat because they all work together, impacting our soil in different ways. You can fix multiple problems at one time, so why not do it? And it also maximizes your crop benefits. So there's seed calculator mixes, there's seed calculators that help you decide how many you need to buy. There's resources that tell you what time of year to plant, how you're supposed to terminate the plants. There's the Sustainable Agriculture and Research Education website, also known as SARE. And they have lots of information on different varieties, different growing conditions, and different methods. There's also YouTube videos on specific varieties, lots of blogs and other resources out there available for you online so you don't have to go through this alone. How to plant cover crops. So there are a few methods that you can use, but the most common methods that people use are hand broadcasting or using a mechanical broadcaster. My preferred method is to put the seeds in my hand and hold my fingers close together like this and lightly shake them so they can move all around the soil. You want a nice even coverage area all through your soil so you don't have patchy spots. After you sprinkle the seeds, you want to rake them in and then lightly water them. So now we're going to talk about the final step of cover cropping, terminating or harvesting your cover crop. So if you use a cover crop that you have to till into the soil, you'll use some type of tool to crush and grind the cover crop into your soil, which will let it break down over time and release nutrients to your plants. If you use a no-till cover crop like we did at RFC, you'll use some method of mowing, cutting, crushing, or letting the weather kill it. When you harvest or terminate your cover crop, it is very important to try to let the roots stay in the soil. These roots add biomass and break down over time, releasing nutrients to your plants. It's very important to terminate your cover crops before they start to produce flowers or seeds. If they begin to flower or seed, they will start using the energy that they were storing for the next planting season on creating these flowers and seeds. You do not want this to happen. Cover crops are a great way to add diversity to your growing space and also help improve your soil health. I know there's a lot of information, but there's some resources online that can help you dive even deeper into the world of cover cropping. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to us on Instagram, comment under our video, and don't hesitate to reach out to your local agricultural extension. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.